Hello, all you hardcore boxing fans out there. How you doing? It's Russ here from Poker's Corner, the biggest gob in sport. I say the things on here that nobody dare say. Can I give a big shout out to my sponsors, Human Nutrients? It's pinned in the comment section if you want to go click on it. It's the part of the email that lights up in blue. I think you just click on that, takes you straight to the website. Go and have a little nosy at that. Remember, health is wealth. I've also got Porky's International YouTube if you get bored of boxing videos and listening to my knackers. Right, today we're joined by Aaron. How are you doing, Aaron?
Hey, Russ, we all right, pal?
Is that better?
Yeah, that's a lot better, that, mate.
Yeah, well, I thought, I'll go into spare bed, but so I said, all right, and I'll go into spare bed, but I couldn't get a signal. But I hope you're well, Aaron. How are you?
I'm a bit tender this morning, mate.
Not as tender
Bit of
as
a sore head.
not as tender as me, mate. After them little fellas that I had last night. Pop, pop, bang.
Oh
Hey!
dear.
I know, yeah, well, I'm weak, aren't I? Especially when I get that Friday feeling going on, mate. Oh, I don't want to sit downstairs watching that Ed Gaines knackers. It's not for me, that serial killers and all that nonsense. Who wants to watch that shit?
Yeah, it's not my cup of tea, mate. A bit brutal, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't really know where to start. You know what? The amount of emails I've had of people, comments and blah, de blah. Because I haven't really mentioned though about Ricky Hatton now. In my opinion, right, Ricky Hatton were a fantastic fighter and very, very exciting. And what he did for boxing were brilliant. He put Sky on map, didn't he, with pay-per-view. So we have to tip our hat to him. Uh, but I've watched for the last few weeks and I've seen people who either don't know they're doing it or they're doing it and they're desperate. But people are starting to like use this for their own PR. Do you agree?
Yeah, it's certainly the case with some people. Yeah, I think there's obviously some genuine people
Yeah.
out there who's friends. But yeah, there's certainly one or two who were using it as a bit of an opportunity to put themselves out there, if you know what I mean. And yeah, it's a bit worrying. It's a bit sickening, I guess. And yeah, it's sad, really, mate. It tends to happen in all walks of life, doesn't it? When somebody passes away, people look to profit off things and use it for their own gain, which is wrong.
Well, looking at it from outside, obviously I get sent stuff all the time, and I'm not gonna, as you well know, because you've seen some of it, but I'm not gonna go in too heavy because I don't want to be one of them people putting up Ricky Hatton thumbnails and because the lad's passed away. Honestly, obviously he was a tortured soul, wasn't he? But when I see people like Flex Ingle, Dominic Ingle, uh, coming out with stuff about his sponsors who have given him a free suit and all this and giving shout outs and that and going, look, it's all right going to a funeral so because you pay your respects, but don't turn it into PR stuff about your sponsors and that. I think that's cringe. Don't even get me started with some of the other shenanigans that were going there. There were people there who I know for a fact that they weren't welcome there by Ricky Hatton's family, but people were going and turning it into their show. Why not go and pay your respects and go home? It was pretty cringe, and that's why I've not really done anything on it. Nobody's saying you weren't an exciting fighter. Nobody's saying that. You've got 8 wins over world champions, two-weight world champion as well. Uh, and you look at the what we've got today, who the beating. Joshua's got six, and half of them are old men. Pulev, Povetkin, and Vladimir. That's three of them gone. Ruiz a fat man, four. Charlie Martin and Parker. That's Joshua's CV. His 6 wins. Fury's what's he got? Two over Wilder, Vladimir an old man, and Cunningham an old man. Dug up cruiserweight, fighting at heavyweight, life and death. That they're the two big dogs, right? And they look at the state of their CVs. Ricky Hatton's 10 times better CV. Do you know what I mean? But people
Yeah,
turning it into their own PR, and it do you know what I mean? It's let the man's family grieve. He said that people keep going on and on about it, and especially boxing media, the boxing media people, the YouTubers with access. You know, I can understand there's the other side to the coin where you've got managers, trainers, promoters, and fighters being asked the question, but let the family grieve now. That's my opinion on it, and let them grieve. That's why I stay silent. But well, stuff I've been sent last night, and when I woke up this morning, I'm like, wow, wow. And don't forget, it was Mental Health Day yesterday, and we didn't hear Fury coming out with a statement regarding mental health. He must have forgot that. It was Mental Health Day, wasn't it? Normally, he's all over that. Well, he was 5, 6 years ago, wasn't he?
Yeah, and yeah, and he's another one wore a suit with himself all over it. I mean, you can look at that as he just done that off his own back, or well, that's something Ricky Hatton would have wanted, and people are throwing mud, and who knows really ins and outs of that.
They
Maybe he
made it
wanted him
into
to
a
wear that
laughing.
suit.
I think personally, they made it into a laughing stock, putting that yellow Only Fools and Horses car on that thing. I can understand, Ricky might have been a funny kid and all that, but I think you should have a bit more respect at funerals. It was turned into a bit of a spectacle for me, to be honest, and the PR stunts for people. I've
Mm.
seen people doing selfies who are ex-fighters, and well, what is all that about? And I've seen that.
Yeah, I think,
Somebody sent me
sorry,
about. Go on. Somebody sent me about Big Joe Egan's. He put something out there. What is all that about? Do you know what I mean? People come out of the woodwork to jump on any trending story, and I think it's absolutely cringe, absolute cringe, mate, and embarrassing as well. Embarrassing.
yeah, I think taking photographs, selfies and stuff. I mean, even people I know have done that at funerals, and I find that really disrespectful. To be honest with you, it's not somewhere to stand taking pictures of yourself. It's a funeral. You're there to show your respects. Regards the freewheeler and whatnot, we don't know, do we, what Ricky wanted? So
Yeah, yeah.
maybe he asked for that. You know what I mean, mate? He was a funny guy, weren't he? So maybe they were his wishes. Who knows? We don't know the ins and outs, but yeah. It's sad, mate. That's all. That's all really I can say about it. It's just terrible. It's terrible for his kids, mate. And I thought Campbell Hatton came out and spoke on an interview, and he spoke. I know he spoke at the funeral, and got to give a lot of respect to that young man. He's, it's a very difficult thing
You're
to do.
right.
So
You're right.
yeah, I've got to give him a lot of respect for that.
Dennis never got a mention, did he, in any of that stuff? And do you know, I'm a bit disappointed considering it with Dennis
Mm.
that Rock America with Ricky Hatton when he signed him after he left Bricktop. I mean, let's not forget Bricktop sued him at one point, didn't he?
Yeah, and I think Adam Smith did his eulogy, and there were no mention of any of that when he was talking about his career. It was just all about Sky, really. But people, like I say, people like to remember things one way, don't they?
Well, Tommy Fury's lot sacked Ricky, didn't they? Because when he had him in corner after that first round, he said, "What you touching gloves with me? He's not your fucking mate." That's what Ricky said to him, and they fired him for that, didn't they? So they can't have it both ways. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, in my opinion, this is nobody else's. Obviously, well, the traffic that I've had through this morning, it is. In my opinion, people have used it for their own ends to get themselves out there, and they know who they are. You know what I mean? Now, if they were that close to Ricky, why weren't these people putting their arm around him and having a word with him? Do you know what I mean? Everybody's an expert after the fact, after it's gone off, aren't they? But I just think it were in bad taste, personally.
Yeah, I mean, do we don't know the cause of death either, do we? But we're all surmising what it is, and
Yeah.
we don't officially know, do we? So, um, either way, a man's lost his life, and it's tragic. And yeah, hopefully he'll get remembered with a statue in that city, mate. Where he brought thousands and thousands of people together, didn't he? So, yeah, in terms of boxing, Rick Hatton is a legend, and he'll go down as an all-time great for British boxing, won't he? So
Of course he will. He's in
that's
Hall
the.
of Fame. He's in Hall of Fame. He's got more wins over world champions than Ray Leonard and Marvin Hagler. They've only got
I
7.
didn't know that.
He's got
I
8.
di-
They've got 7. He's got 8.
Well, that's fantastic, isn't it? Really.
Do you know what I mean? So let's put some respect on his CV. But getting back to the people that have used it for PR stunts, shame on you. Uh, right, let's move on from that then, and let's let Ricky Hatton rest in peace. There will only be one Ricky Hatton. Uh, Rhino fights tonight. What do you think's
Yep.
going on here? People are telling. Is there a lot of cocksucking going on by people around Rhino? Nobody wants to be critical or mention stuff from past, or like Frotch did the interview with him and said, "Oh, that'll put you in the Ortez. Oh, well, that David," and he went, "Oh, I don't know." And Frotch went, "Oh, I don't." It's like nobody dare stick it to Eddie anymore because they all want to get on the zone, don't they now?
Yeah, and it sounds to me like Dave got a really rough ride when he was sparring down there against AJ and whatnot. Sounds like he was just cannon fodder for people. And they were just chucking him in, and I mean, he's been exposed to the cruel side of boxing throughout his career, and
Yeah.
tonight, hopefully he can get a bit back for himself tonight and get a win, and then get a big payday. But we shall see, mate. I'm actually at the fight tonight, so I'll let you know what the crowd's like, and actually if it is a sellout or not, because apparently I've heard it's a sellout, and then I've heard Dave say himself he sold 8,500, which is not a sellout. So we'll have to see, won't we?
We've done 8,500 tickets. He never did more than 7 on a big Ron show. So what's all that about?
Well, that's what they're saying.
You've gone into bat for Eddie Hills. Like, look, it's easy to sell tickets on a match-on show, though, isn't it? So, but if it's 8,500, that's brilliant. Good luck to him, and let's have it right. He was badly advised, which is his own fault, to be fighting people who we fought before at Matchroom. And we know they are. It's a tired, old, boring record. The one that he keeps recycling every other fucking day. So let's hope he can get a win tonight. But I've got him to lose tonight by stoppage and the towel to come in. That's what I've got tonight. So
Yeah, I can see him having a rough night, to be honest. But I mean, this big Russian kid, he's not the greatest. And out of the two, Dave's got the bigger heart for definite. So it's going to be interesting, mate. I think it'd be a good heavyweight showdown. Hopefully we get a good fight, because obviously I pay me money to go on. So I just hope it's a good fight ultimately, mate.
if Rhino wins, has he been cheating fans for 13 years?
Yeah, and himself. Yeah, he's done himself absolutely no favors if that's the case, and he is actually a level above what we think he is, but he's always fell short. So again, proof's in pudding, mate, isn't it? We'll have to see.
Well, hopefully, yeah, we will have to see. Okay. Where do you see Fury and Joshua going now? Because people are saying behind the scenes that when they're putting stuff out, and I've had a look myself and it's true, when stuff's going out regarding, oh, it's back in talks and stuff, it's not, they're not getting the traction like they were, a few years ago. And it's like people are like, yeah, whatever now. Do you think it's died a death now?
Well, there's always going to be money in that pot, isn't there? There's still enormous names, and I think it will happen next year. I do now. But my God, haven't they longed it out? Do you know what I mean? We're all sick to death of it. Just get in the ring and shut up. That's all we want. It's not going to be a great fight anyway, because AJ's absolutely washed. Fury's got a little bit left, a little bit more left than AJ, I think. And I don't think it'll be a level playing field anyway. I think Fury will absolutely slap him about, mate. I always have. So, yeah, it's going to be a one-sided affair, I think, when it happens.
Well, Fury's telling the chosen few that he's back and he's in camp and all that, but we've heard all that before, haven't we, really?
He is training, though. I do know that.
Why? Because you've seen him with a 15-second video on Instagram running down Morecambe Pier. Does that mean he's in a serious camp? He might have just been running between pubs. You don't know, do you?
Well, yeah, there is that, but I have heard of a couple of people that he is actually training, and they're going to have him out early next year. That's what I'm hearing, but we'll see, won't we?
Winner of Macmillan against Dave.
This is it. I mean, will they throw Dave in with Fury if he wins?
Well, that'll just be like another Chisora White fight for Tyson, won't it? You won't even need to train properly for that, will it? It'll just be, we'll pick up another 10, 15, 20 million and we'll sell it as, oh, I'm on slide and Dave's on rise, or I don't know, but way I see it is this: it's not about belts anymore, it's about being popular. Do you think?
Yeah, oh, absolutely, mate. I mean, if you look at people not fighting for titles now, Conor Benn, he's not fought for a British of an area, mate, has he? And that fight's in a month, and who cares? Have we seen anything about it? Does anyone care?
It even happen?
About it?
Do you remember what I said last week? English were running around saying it doesn't happen. You know, Eubank's old man.
Mm.
So
I mean,
I don't know.
you can't take any notice of what that fella says, can you? Christ, he's not all there, is he? Bless him. But
Cheese
yeah, I
had
mean,
slipped off his cracker.
we've got a month to go, mate, and who cares? Who cares?
Who wants to see that anyway? Eubank Junior versus Crusher Ben, a two-time doper who's not even explained what's happened. I mean, we've got Simon Jordan going on about transparency in the sport of boxing. But yeah, it's over 3 years now since it came to light about his doping, and we're still waiting for the 274-page dossier. What's going on here, Aaron?
It's a Houdini act, and it's disappearing. It's just they've just brushed it under the carpet, and it's all forgotten. I think they've even briefed Eubank. Look, don't mention it. Don't mention about him being a cheat this time round, and we'll give you extra 500, 500 grand or whatever, or we'll get rid of one of them fines. He barely mentioned it this time round, so. He was comprehensively beaten, Wonny Ben, in that first fight. So why on earth do we need to see it again? Other than them lining the pockets, there's no other reason, is there?
No, he's right, mate. Listen, mate. He's right. Do you know that cock, Terry Stone, the criminal
Yeah.
podcaster or whatever? He tried to get into Frotcher's ribs, to put some money into pot for Once Upon a Time in London. This was he collared Frotch after he beat Groves at Wembley. And I said, you want to watch him? They did the same thing to Rio Ferdinand and Ashley Cole with a film. 50 Cent were in it. Is it Dead Man Running?
I can't say I've seen it, mate.
That
I don't watch anything.
Danny Dyer's in the film. Tamer Hassan,
Oh well.
Dead Man Running, right? Brenda Blythe's in it. 50 Cent's in it. Anyway, they done the conkers on it, didn't they? Rio Ferdinand and Ashley Cole, but they got the names on film as executive producers. But he tried to hit Frotch for some funding for that. You can imagine what the reply was, can't you?
Yeah, you pay for the onion rings.
Yeah, there were none of that. Oh, we'll give you a part in film. So, and then I've seen him doing stuff and he lately, and he's jumped all over the Ricky Hatton thing. And too many of them are trying to get on it because it's a trending story, and they're forgetting about just having a bit of class and showing a bit of tact. You know what I mean, kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And I mean, the actual people connected with him, a lot of them have kept quiet, or they've done a respectful bit and then gone away. But like people like him, that Terry Stone, whatnot, but probably barely ever knew him. And they're doing an hour and a half podcast, and chatting. Nonsense, mate. Nonsense.
Yeah, it is. So what time are you going to the show?
I'm gonna have about an hour and a half, and then I'm gonna head over to Sheffield, mate. Have a fair few beers. I'm not bothered about the undercard at all.
Well,
It's
nobody is
terrible.
anyway. They just stagger into arena like me, don't they? About 9:45.
Yeah, I'll be one of them tonight, I think, mate. I'm gonna watch Padley. I think that could be an interesting fight while it lasts. But he's dropped down in weight, Padley now. He's gone down super feather, so yeah.
I've got Bellotti to beat him tonight.
Yeah, I'm not so sure, mate. He got stopped, didn't he, not long back, a couple of months ago.
Yeah, I don't rate him. I don't rate him.
Who, Padley?
No, I don't.
Bellotti. I think he's a decent fighter, mate. But again, someone who needs to be brought through properly now. So we'll see. It's a good test for him, Bellotti. A very good test for him. We'll see how he gets on. But other than that, mate, undercard's pony, innit?
Absolutely. Well, they don't want to pay any money out, do they?
Well, obviously not, mate. I mean, you've got to be. There's hardcores, and then there's super hardcores who want to sit and watch that undercard, mate. And I think I'll be having a few beers and then heading in a bit later on.
Is Eddie even at the show?
No, he's not. He's in America, and he Boots Ennis is boxing tonight, so he's over there.
There you go. Then that's where Eddie's loyalties lie. He has to stay out of country for tax reasons, doesn't he?
Well, what do you think to that new setup they've got for press conferences, mate, on DAZN? I think it's terrible, personally. Have you seen it?
Shocking. They're all cocksuckers.
Yeah.
What are they doing? They're trying to mess with something that don't need messing with, aren't they?
Yeah. It feels to me like some kind of cheesy Channel 4, after Big Brother, when they have that sit-down show, like Big Brother's Little Brother or something like that, they used to call it. And Do you know what I mean? It feels like that. It's a bit gimpy, isn't it?
Listen, mate. I call them the liquor squad now. Whatever Eddie says, they're going to do. He's like the little Lord Fauntleroy controlling them all. Mr. Relentless, his book. Have you read that? I need to get 8 hours of my life back after reading that. Listen, the man's never had to overcome adversity in his life. He's never had it put on him. Do you know what I mean? He's lived in privilege since he was born. So, not
Yeah.
for me. And let me tell you this: all these boxers that don't criticise him and all that, they should be men and speak up, but they're not going to do because they're getting a few quid out of the job. But really, they don't have any respect for him. They don't respect him, but they know that he's the paymaster, so they've got to suck up to him. The best thing about it is, Eddie knows that they don't respect him. He knows that they're all cut from different cloths, but he also knows that they've got to suck up to him. So that's what he gets off on. But deep, deep, deep down, he knows that he's an outsider, Eddie. He knows he is. But like I said, nobody's going to say a word, are they?
No, they're not, mate. And that's the world, really, though, isn't it? People keep the gob shut for money, don't they?
Yeah.
Um,
The Horsecock's got a YouTube channel now.
yeah, I've seen that, mate. You know what? He's doing some good stuff, Johnny, lately. I'm enjoying his content, mate. To be
It's
honest.
a pity he wasn't like this when he were at Sky, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I think last year or so he's kind of, I won't say come out his shell because he's been doing it a long time, but he's kind of stopped following the narrative as much. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Uh, John Coffey. He's earned nearly 80 million, just under $80 million in his career. He had 70 million from his last fight against Usyk. Has the hunger gone?
It would for me, mate. I'll be honest with you. I'd be off on that desert island somewhere.
No,
But
but he's fighting Frank Sanchez, isn't he? And they
is
don't,
that happening?
eh?
Is that definitely happening?
Well, people are saying he's going to fight him in an IBF eliminator and all that. But even if he does, do you think he's bothered about what's going on at the moment in boxing, or do you think he's away with fairies now that they've had it off technically? Because is he a two-time world champion, WBA regular, and an IBF? He got them both by email or something, didn't he? Is he going to go down as biggest paper chump ever? But they're left with a bag, aren't they?
Not half, Jesus. I mean, that is some payday, isn't it? For a fighter who I believe, is a pretty limited operator around that level, really. Yeah, I mean, Sanchez is not a bad fight, but you see him coming through that, really, don't you? So maybe they just toe it line for a year or two and hoping a few people get out at sports so they can try and nick another world title.
Okie dokie. All right, then. Well, listen, I'll let you get off because I know you want to get on a session in another 2 hours, won't you, kid? Pop, pop, bang.
Yeah, Eric Dog today, mate.
Listen, mate, do you know when you're looking out them blinds at 4 in the morning, do you know what you should do? Go downstairs, get half a tin of tomato soup, loads of pepper in it and Tabasco, a slice of bread and butter with loads of butter on it, and just dab it in and just come around, mate. Instead of looking out at window, waiting for Big John Fury to come and strangle you in bed. All right? All right, peace out.
Cheers, mate. See you
Cheers,
later.
mate. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for liking and subscribing and leaving a comment. I hope everybody's enjoyed the video. We've got Sean on this afternoon, and then that's me done then. Probably while Sunday we'll do an aftermath. All right. So I'm just looking at my accumulator here. Let's hope the Rhino can pull it off, but I don't think he does. You know what I mean? But hey ho, leopards don't change the spots. I'm taking it serious now. We've heard it all before. It's the boy that cried wolf. All right, go on, booyaka. Pop, pop, bang.